Hello everyone, thanks for pressing play. You are watching a brand new episode of ExcaliburCCGTV. We are talking about the fantastic comics that are hitting the shelf for February 25th, 2015. I'm Chris. My co-host Buzz is back on the show. Thanks for being here, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Glad you're here showing off your Savage Dragon t-shirt. Woo!
They paid me to be here.
We paid out the wazoo. But guys, thanks for pressing play. We really appreciate it. We are Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games here in Shreveport, Louisiana, as well as in Texarkana, Texas. You can always follow what's going on at our website, ExcaliburCCG.com. Just a reminder, we are now on iTunes and we are on Stitcher. iTunes for you iOS fans and Stitcher for all you Android fans that are on the go. And as always, I'm just going to be a nice guy and I'll always just have the MP3 on our website. So you can always click over there, download on iTunes, Stitcher, or just listen on our website, however you want to do if you're not able to watch the video in its entirety. Just a heads up, Brad, our beautiful guy who does all of our fantastic looking motion graphics, is not going to be able to do that for this episode due to some technical difficulties and things going on in his life. But we still love him and we will see him hopefully in our next video. So this video's graphics are going to be a little bit old school and maybe a little bit low tech as done by yours truly. So please don't hold that against me. But guys, we're going to dive right into the new number ones that are hitting the shelf this week. Buzz, what do you got up for us?
The book Spider fans have been waiting for.
Yes.
Spider-Gwen.
Yes.
Gwen Stacy is Spider-Woman, and if you've been reading the Spider-Verse, keeping up with any of that stuff, she had a little one-shot in there, and she was in the Amazing Spider-Man throughout the whole deal. And anyway, not a lot to go on this. Jason Latour and Robbie Rodriguez, the ones that did the one-shot, are doing this ongoing, so if you like the one-shot, which a lot of people apparently did,
yes,
next week.
This
week.
Yeah, this week. It should be on your pull list. I mean, dang. But yeah, I'm really glad that they kept that creative team.
Yeah. That's
what people like. People liked that whole experience, and I'm excited for that. One other book I'm really excited for is Suiciders #1 from DC/Vertigo. Written and drawn by Lee Bermejo, and you've seen his artwork all across DC, various different titles and stuff. This takes a look at basically a post-apocalyptic Los Angeles that is now called New Angeles, because what has happened is the big one has struck, the big earthquake, and parts of California fell off into the ocean and caused that huge disaster. And the government stepped back and said there's nothing we can do, so California, Los Angeles did what it does best, and it made surviving into entertainment. So we get to take a look at these suiciders that are basically blood sport fighters. They're cybernetically enhanced, genetically enhanced to fight, and they have to survive in the form of entertainment. They're on these obstacle courses, and they have to kill other people to survive. And it's all been made entertainment, so the people that can survive. And this story follows one particular character called the Saint. And I'm really looking forward. I haven't read anything by Lee Bermejo, but his artwork is totally worth the cover price to me. So I'll be checking that out. It's on my pull list.
And if you picked up a DC comic this week, there was a preview on the back of Suiciders.
There you go. So definitely one to check out. It's going to be beautiful. Hopefully the story will match the art, and I'm really looking forward to getting it. Also, last up for the new number ones that we have, if you're a fan of the Orphan Black TV series, it's like its third or fourth season now. Orphan Black #1 hits the shelf this week, and this series is going to dive even more into the backstory of Orphan Black and what is going on in her world and in her universe. So fans of that, #1 hits this week. Be sure and check it out. For our notables this week, Buzz, you've got a special one you're going to talk about.
This one's been talked about a lot because of the person writing it. Thor Annual #1. 3 stories, 3 Thors. 1 wrestler writing one of the stories. CM Punk, Phil Brooks is writing with, and Rob Guillory from Chew is drawing the story.
Exactly.
So, also, Noel Stevenson and Marguerite Savage will be doing a deal. Lumberjanes is one of the books that Noel Stevenson does.
Oh yeah.
And Jason Aaron, the guy that writes the usual Thor story. And we're going to see King Thor in Aaron's story. We're going to see the new Thor in Stevenson's story, and we're going to see young Thor in CM Punk's story. And he's going to be trying to prove his worth of Mjolnir by winning a drinking contest.
His idea of proving worthiness is getting is a drinking contest.
Out drinking.
Everybody else. I did not know that was the case.
Oh yeah. By a guy that doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs. So we'll see. Yeah.
Jason Aaron claims that.
No, CM Punk.
CM Punk. Oh, okay. Because Jason Aaron kind of looks like a poster
He's from
child.
Alabama, man. Yeah.
Guys, that's our new and notables that's coming out this week, so be sure and check those out. We're going to dive into some storylines. Buzz, you've got a wrap-up to tell us about, so tell us about the wrap-up here real quick.
Amazing Spider-Man number 15. It is the wrap-up of Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse Fallout. Not much to tell you about this one. If you read Spider-Verse, I'm sure you're going to read this anyway, so let's do it.
There you go, epilogue issue for all of that. Also, Black Vortex continues this week with all new X-Men number 38. This is the 4th chapter of the storyline, and there are some people that have been captured by Mr. Knife. So we get to take a look at what's going on with them. And also, it looks like Peter Quill may have an ace up his sleeve because he's going to be making a phone a friend with this particular issue because there's some war buddy that may be actually able to help them out of their situation. So there you go, guys. That's going to be in this week's all-new X-Men number 38. That's the storylines. Things are slowed down storyline-wise because both the big companies are gearing up for some huge things in like the next 2 months. So we got Convergence coming up and we've got Secret Wars coming up. So I think it's just Secret War that's coming up.
So enjoy your storylines while you can.
Exactly, while you can, because we're about to get flooded with all kinds of stuff that's going on. But guys, look, now we're on to our favorites. These are the comics that we look forward to the most, that are usually at the top of our stack and the first things that we read. And one that we're going to share here real quick is Batman number 39, Endgame Part 5, the penultimate issue of this as we dive even more into what's going on with the Joker. What do you think about that, man?
Man, I'm anxious to see some of his background, possibly. You know,
Exactly.
I mean, we've never really gotten much of a taste of it except for like his Red Hood stuff. But you know, what was his childhood like? What was his teenage years? You know, when did he want to start killing people?
Right, exactly, exactly. And the Snyder is story-wise. Snyder is taking him into like, I don't know, kind of like this. The Joker's been like, he's like a force of nature or something. You know, he's just there. You know, like an immutable law of science or something.
Right.
You know, not science, but you know, just a, I don't know. Maybe he represents the chaos.
Gordon shot him point blank. And he got up,
walked away. So
and this is completely different Joker from the one in Death of the Family. Like as far as personality and just, I mean, powers, if you want to call it that.
Exactly. It could be viewed that way. So we're both really looking forward to Batman 39 and the nearing conclusion of the Endgame storyline. What's up for you, bro? What else are you looking forward to this week?
Captain Midnight number 20. This is actually a continuation of a story that started in the book X.
Okay.
And the villain, the Archon, is jumping over into the Captain Midnight story, and Captain Midnight's hunting for him because he's one of the greatest threats the world has ever known. What does he want? He's got to team up with Helios to find out. Helios is a villain from the Captain Midnight book. Okay. They've been clashing since day one.
So now they have to team up. All right, and that's written by
Joshua Williams.
Oh, there it is. Guys, this is an image series that I have really been digging. I'm not exactly sure what keeps me hooked, but it does hook me. And that's They're Not Like Us. Issue number 3 comes out this week. Something that I am really liking about this series is the story starts on the cover. That's the first page of the story. So whatever picture you see on the cover of the issue, that you're reading the story. And when you go in, I mean, there's no ads. It's just straight story. The end of the last issue, we saw where this girl who's been taken in by this very strange and eclectic group, she is now faced with the decision of having to kill her family. In this issue, all that it has to tell us is that you don't look back. So is she going to go forth with that? I don't know. But now I want to find out if she can actually do it and if it's worth it to be a part of this group and have this life that she feels like she should have. So definitely looking forward to that. What about for you, Chris?
Fantastic Four number 643. The End is Forever. That's the story arc going on right now. It continues. The villain in the story's plans are revealed. And the creatures of the Franklinverse, which are like the heroes from Heroes Reborn, are invading Earth. So Sue, Namor, and Jim Hammond, the original Human Torch, are going straight to the root of the problem, which is the Franklinverse, to stop it at its core. Also, the return of Sleepwalker. We saw him on the last page of last issue, and Bentley 23's finest hour. Bentley 23 is one of the kids from the Freedom Foundation.
Is he the flying head?
No, he is the son of, I think it's the Wizard.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Very cool. I like seeing the Sleepwalker thing show up in the last issue. So I'm like,
he's on the cover of this issue.
woo, nice, nice. Next up for me, another one I'm really looking forward to is Gotham by Midnight. We have still got Ben Templesmith on the artwork. Yes, yes, yes. For 4 issues. Hopefully it will last for at least 2 more. But guys, I'm really looking forward to this. I've really been digging the storyline. This other take into the horror and supernatural side of Gotham, headed up by Jim Corrigan, who is Spectre. You know who he is. But this takes a look at one of his team members, Dr. Xandar Tar, who has a hard time dealing with people, but apparently is excellent with mythical, strange, supernatural creatures. So this issue looks like it's going to focus on him and his interaction with this type of monster that is really just trying to destroy Gotham City. I'm very interested in it. And Ben Templesmith is worth the cover price to me, so checking it out. Guys, that's our favorites. That's our new number ones, the storylines that we've covered, and our favorites, things that we're going to be reading first at the top of the stack when they hit the shelf, and we take them home and we don't steal them. You know, we actually pay for them, and you know, legitimately. Let's be legit, folks. But guys, we have a question of the week for you, and I'm going to have some fun with this. I think, and we might have a couple of different ideas for answers here. So, if you haven't read, Brian Michael Bendis, you know, he's done his tour of duty on Avengers. Now he's wrapping up his tour of duty on the X-Men titles. And I believe that his last issue is supposed to be X-Men or Uncanny X-Men. It's going to be renumbered to 600, that final issue. So that's his last issue. He's going to be stopping his writing chores right before they start the Secret War storyline and all that. So it'll be a fresh start for the new writers and stuff coming in. But our question of the week is this. What do you think Brian Michael Bendis' next project should be for Marvel? Because he is still staying with Marvel. So we're interested in this, you know, what he may do. It hasn't been announced yet, but what do you think it should be? So Buzz, what do you think?
I don't want to see him on a team book.
Okay.
And I'm not unhappy with the way the Hulk is right now, but I would love to see what Bendis could do with the Hulk.
Nice.
And I would also like to see what Bendis could do with the Punisher.
Yes!
Both books I would like to see, because you've seen Garth Ennis's dirty side of the Punisher, you know, and Jason Aaron did pretty well on it, but I don't think anybody's ever going to touch that. I want to see what Bendis could do with the Punisher. I think he could take it in a completely different direction, bring it back to one of the prominent books of Marvel, you know. And the Hulk, I mean, like I said, I'm not unhappy with the way the Hulk's going right now. The storyline's great in it. But I've never seen Bendis write, you know, a storyline for the Hulk. You know, he's appeared in, you know, hit and miss, you know, teams or whatever. But yeah, I want to see what he could do with the Hulk too. I'd start another Hulk book. I don't care.
Oh yeah, the talking Hulk.
Sad Hulk. No.
I think the idea of him being on Punisher would be interesting.
Yes,
because Punisher doesn't. He's not a talker. So.
No.
Those are still great. Those are great choices, man.
And I mean, with the Punisher, like on the Hulk back in the day when Bruce Jones wrote it, there was more. You could read a whole story about a character that's not the Hulk in the book. You know,
yeah.
Like you could do that with the Punisher. You know, somebody, you know, being chased by the Punisher.
Yes.
What do they feel like?
Yes.
You know, something like. I'm sure it's been done before, but you know,
that's still a great idea.
Yeah.
That really is. Yeah, because Jones did that very well in the Hulk back in the day. That was it was still a Hulk book, but it wasn't the Hulk. Right. I mean, it was still a great story.
Completely different animal.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. The two that I came up with two, and I thought I would like to see him do Iron Fist. I would definitely like to check that out because Carrie Andrews is just doing 12 issues of this current series. And another one I thought, which I don't think he's done before, but I thought about maybe him doing Moon Knight, because with the Moon Knight title they're doing now, they're doing rotating teams coming on board.
He did a previous run of Moon Knight.
He did do that previous.
That was horrible.
That was horrible. I take that back. I take that back. I don't know. I thought about it. I failed that one, guys.
He wants them to write Moon Knight like Moon Knight's going right now.
Yeah, and I don't think he would do that. I mean, really, the first thing that really popped to mind would be the Iron Fist. I really thought about that. Maybe it'd be nice to see him do a female character. Maybe a rogue series or He wouldn't actually like take over on Storm or something like that. But I mean, I don't know. That would be interesting to me. So, guys, down in the comments below, what would you like to see Brian Michael Bendis do at Marvel? You know, I thought about like a Defenders series. It's a team book, but it's a smaller team. So I don't know. There's several different options. I think my top would be Iron Fist, but you have a great one there with the Punisher. So I would, yeah.
You're welcome, Marvel.
That was a freebie. That's awesome. Thanks for watching, folks. We really appreciate it. That wraps up this video. You've watched another episode of ExcaliburCCGTV. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. We are Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Don't forget about our store in Texarkana, Texas. You can always follow what's going on with us at ExcaliburCCG.com. Twitter and Facebook links are down below. Also, on the way down there, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. We have fun putting out these videos, and we love talking to you guys. We love throwing out these questions of the week and just giving our own commentary about various titles and stuff, because we love to hear your reactions and we love to talk to you about them. Buzz, thanks for being on the show this week, man. Really appreciate it. And guys, that's it for this week. So until next time, be safe, take care, read great comics, and we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye.